Yo, what's going on YouTube, and welcome back to Goal Line Hockey. It's your boy Kevin Forte, and today we are taking a look at some pretty big news for the NHL. And it's kind of a somber video today because the other day the NHL announced that Fanatics is replacing Adidas as the NHL jersey manufacturer slash sponsor of the NHL. So in terms of the move, obviously not a huge fan of it. I think that's the sentiment to most people. The idea behind Fanatics is they're trying to be the worldwide leader in sports apparel throughout all of sports. But that comes at a cost. And when you do that, you kind of lose the product, like the quality side of it, right? And I think that's been a big problem for Fanatics. I've seen online, people getting a Winnipeg Jets hat, and the logo is completely upside down. Connor Bedard jerseys that are spelt wrong. Like a Jack Hughes jersey with 86 on the back and number 13 on the sleeves. How does that happen? That's the kind of stuff that is unacceptable. And Fanatics has been known to do this in the NHL. Now, there's two ways to look at this. One, they didn't put full investment in it. They saw the fact that Adidas was the main guy, right? They were the main player for the NHL. And they figured, well, we're just going to kind of just get by right now, right? So they're figuring out their kinks and things like that. And now that they've got this deal, they'll be able to fix it, right? That's the, the fantasy, right? That everything's going to get fixed because of this new deal and this and that. Which could happen. But there's also the side of it that, the culture, what's that saying? A leopard never changes its spots. And that's that's the assessment I have of Fanatics right now. Until they show me otherwise, not a huge fan of this move. The quality, the customer service is terrible. The quality, like I already said, with spelling Bedard wrong and the Hughes jersey and just terrible things that are really inexcusable at this point. It's not good. Now, the other side of it, that more damning, I think, than the fact that Fanatics is the sponsor for the next decade, is the lack of interest from the other big brands. Adidas, who has really given a renaissance to the jersey manufacturing industry here over the last couple of years with Reverse Retro and Reverse Retro 2.0, that's gone, not coming back. We're not going to see new jersey designs, at the very least, until 2026, and that's what Fanatics recently said. Listen, teams, figure out your designs because nothing is changing until 2026. So we're going to go another probably 2 years of the exact same jerseys. We're going to find out at some point, probably no alternate jerseys for the first year or two of Fanatics. It's going to be brutal. And I don't see it getting much better. I don't see it getting much better after that, in all honesty. Now, here's another positive I will say. Back in, 2019, when the NHL announced that they were doing the deal with Adidas, they were going to put the sponsors on the jerseys. There was a lot of concern about that back in the day, right? And I was like, listen, after Reebok, I'm not buying Adidas jerseys. I'm not doing it. I refuse to buy those super expensive jerseys and this and that. And you know what I can say? Honestly, I was wrong. The Adidas jerseys are nice. I have a ton of them in my closet right next to me here. These are good quality jerseys. And all things considered, they're probably my new favorite. Maybe just a notch below Reebok, but really good uniforms. And like I said, what's concerning is Adidas didn't even want to renew their deal. There was no negotiation. They didn't even negotiate. No new deal. Nike said they didn't put in a bid. They're trying to get further away from hockey. Same thing for Reebok, never gave an offer. Same thing for some of these other ones like CCM, never even put in a bid for the NHL jersey manufacturer. That's quite concerning. Now, there's a couple of different factors. One, is it the lack of revenue? Is there just not enough interest in the NHL game? Or is there the perception in the industry that there's just not enough interest in the NHL? That's a huge part of it. Two, the NHL's PR recently hasn't been the best. I like to think it's not because of that. I think numbers dictate a lot of it, but there is a speculation or perception, again, in the market. Is there the perception of what happened in Chicago? a couple of years back with the ownership and the Bowman situation and, the Pride situation recently. Do companies want to be kind of clear away from the NHL because of the lack of participation in Pride nights and things like that? I don't think that's the reason for it, but these are the questions that we should be asking, right? Gary Bettman. Is Gary Bettman tough to deal with? I think if you ask the NHLPA here for the past, 4 decades that Gary Bettman's been there, they would tell you that's probably a big factor as to why as well. He's not easy to negotiate and deal with. So these are all the things that you have to kind of look at. And I think, unfortunately, who loses at the end of the day? The NHL, in the growth of the NHL, in terms of jerseys and revenue and things like that, it's a loss for the NHL. And for the fans and the collectors of NHL jerseys. They're the ones that lose. So, at the end of the day, the only real winner is Fanatics. They're making the money. They're getting their name out there, right, as they try to grow to the MLB, which they already are manufacturing the jerseys, except just putting a Nike swoosh on the jerseys. It's still Fanatics jerseys, so I still have hope in that sense, because MLB jerseys are fairly nice. I do like my Pete Alonso Mets jersey. There is hope there. But, again, is this, because the NHL is the guinea pig per se, could it completely collapse and crumble as well? So this is the Fanatics' chance to make their name noticed in the brand in terms of the game of making jerseys for everybody, NBA, NFL. They already kind of partially are with the MLB. So this is their chance. If they are going to get their shit together, make this a real opportunity to maybe make some noise in the industry, this is their shot. But for the NHL, I think this 10-year deal, it's too long. Not very inspiring or really a move that really makes a lot of sense. And like I said, the quality of the jerseys is just not good. You can easily tell the difference between a Fanatics jersey and an Adidas authentic jersey. And I can tell you, listen, as a jersey collector, I can't do it. It's not even the right shade on the main crest logos. The hemming isn't really good. The nameplates on the back peel off. These are things that I'd rather spend, instead of paying $50 for crap, I'd rather pay $200 for quality. That's how I look at it. I'd rather have one nice jersey than 5 jerseys that are subpar and not good. Because let's be honest, at the end of the day, maybe looking in my closet would say something else, but how many jerseys can you wear at once, realistically? 1. So I'd rather have 1 really nice jersey than 5 jerseys that are subpar. And that's kind of how I look at it. I think the NHL and most fans think the same way. I'd rather get 1 nice jersey each year than 5 jerseys that just aren't good. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I think most of you will agree with me for the most part in terms of Fanatics not being the right fit. I think that's definitely not the fans' choice for the next jersey manufacturer for the NHL. But starting in 2026, that is the reality we are going to be in. And that's kind of what we're looking at. So the good news is we have 1 more year left of Adidas past this season for the 2023-2024 NHL season. And starting next year in 2024, officially for the 2024-25 season, Fanatics will be the NHL's jersey manufacturer. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you liked the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys again next time.